What is going on, everyone? Welcome back for another story. Before we get started, just a few things. First off, thank you to everyone for showing the support for the start of this channel. There's been a lot of you that texted me, come up to me in person, and vocalized your support, and it really means a lot to know that I've got you guys behind me doing something that I really enjoy doing. So thank you. Second, I apologize in advance for the vulgar language of this video. I can't really take it away just because it kind of takes away from the atmosphere of the video. I usually try to keep the language down in these just so it's more of a everyone can watch. So I do apologize for that. Third, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but I have also apologized for my voice. We watched the Mayweather-McGregor fight this weekend. So obviously there was a lot of yelling, so if my voice kind of cracks or I sound raspy, just know that it was due to a good time. So let's go ahead and jump right in. This story takes place at another Walmart on the job, and this is a story of when an old man kind of just went off on me and I thought I was going to have to square up with this dude. So I was at a Walmart, like I stated, and I was doing my job, stocking bread. And I was stocking bread on the bottom shelf, and I had been up on top, and I had noticed there was this older gentleman standing there, and I had tried to move once he continued to stand there for a few moments. I figured I was probably in his way, so I tried to move and get out of his way. Well, he still stood there, and I was like, okay, maybe he's just looking, maybe he doesn't know what he wants. There's a lot of different breads. I go into the bread aisle and I'm like, I don't know what I want. Do I want honey wheat? Do I want regular wheat? Do I want white? Do I want thick bread, thin bread? All different types of bread. So I don't really pay attention to it. Well, I get down on the bottom shelf and I'm stocking some bread, and he's kind of standing behind me, and I'm just like, man, I feel really bad. I'm probably in this dude's way. So I try to, compact everything I have around me, because I obviously have my trays and my dolly and all that. Well, it doesn't change. He's standing behind me. So I continue going on, and finally he tries to reach up over me. And I'm like, okay, I need to move. So I start to move a little bit, and he kind of groans, and he's not happy and all that. I'm like, well, I feel really bad. I don't like being in people's way. So I try to move again. And all of a sudden, he goes, would you stay the fuck still, goddammit? I'm like, what the hell is this man's problem? I'm just trying to do my job, get in, get out, and I was trying to move and get out of his way, and he wants to be an asshole about it. So I don't say anything. I'm thinking in my head, screw this guy. It's the end of the day again. I want to get out of there. I'm sure he wants to get his shopping done and get out of there. So I'm just going to let it go. So he's still trying to reach for some stuff, and I'm just standing there. I'm literally kneeling on the floor. I've done what I need to do and I can't move. So finally he backs up, he grabs his bread, and I stand up, and I just kind of look over to him and, give a little non-smile to acknowledge that I was in his way. And I wasn't going to say sorry. Once he's cursed at me, sorry, I'm not saying sorry. And he just kind of looks at me and he starts to walk off. He's like, you ignorant son of a bitch. Now I have to say something. You have verbally insulted me twice, so now I'm going to say something. And I turn around, I'm like, excuse me? He just kind of looks at me, and I was like, you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to, insult me when I'm trying to do my job, make sure that you all have bread so that you can buy. And he just looks me square in the eyes and flips me off. Just throws me the biggest of birds. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I start walking towards him, because I'm going to say something more, because if you know me, my temper can sometimes be pretty short. So you've already cursed me twice. and now you flip me off. I'm not happy. So I start walking towards him because I'm like, I'm going to have to fight this old man in the middle of Walmart because I'm going to say something. He's going to say something back, and this dude is going to try to square up. And he was just, you know, you can look at someone and just know that they're not a pleasant person to be around. I mean, I know sometimes people see me and they're like, wow, you look like you're in a bad mood. That's just my face. But he took it to a whole nother level. There's levels of resting bitch face, or RBF as it's called, and then there's him. He is like that next level of, I do not care, I'm gonna be an asshole, and that's it. And I understand you're supposed to respect your elders, but there is a level at which there should be respect given back. You know, if you want respect, give respect. So I'm walking towards him because I'm like, I'm not having this. And this old woman, or older lady, she stops me and she like puts her arm around my chest, like, you know, like when your mom slams on the brakes and she puts her arm on your chest to keep you from going forward. That's what she did. And she just looked at me and goes, that asshole's not worth it. And she looks at him and just tells him to keep on walking. And I mean, she had attitude and everything. She played it perfect. She might as well just keep on walking, like giving an old snap at the end. It was perfect. And I'm just kind of looking at her, and she's just, you know, some people are just not worth dealing with, is what she looked at me. She's like, continue doing your job. We all appreciate you putting bread out. And I said thank you and turned around and continued doing my job. And I probably owe her some major props because I wasn't going to back down. I don't like being talked to like that, especially when I'm trying to do my job. And I'm not a person that takes that well. I'm usually pretty relaxed and laid back, but in a situation like that, it's just, I was already tired. It wasn't a long day of work. It was just, there were so many people at that specific time. I had already been, you know, trying to wade through all these people, getting there. It was hot, it was hectic, and I was just not in a great mood. And it could have gone very poorly. It could have gone terrible. I could have gotten fired. Who knows what would have happened. So I finished my job, and I'm walking towards the front because I have to get badges on my shirt to be able to go in the back room. And I see this old man. I see him at the front of the store, and he just looks at me. He just stares me down, and I turn around and just stare at him. Like, I'm not backing down. We're literally having, it was like an old style Western where you're just staring into each other's eyes, like duels at high noon. We're staring at each other. And this guy, I gotta sit up for this. This guy gives me one of these. Like the shoulder chest thrust. Like he's gonna square up with me. And I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, this old man did not just try to punk me. He did not just try to do that to me. And I'm at this point, I'm over it. You know, the old lady older, I keep saying old. She was nice. He was an old guy. She was a nice older lady. There's a difference. I'm thinking about what she said. I'm like, you know, it's not worth it, but he seriously just square up, dude. That's what he just did to me. So I walk out of the store and I walk to my car, and he's walking out, and he follows me inadvertently. And I'm just walking going, this is not going to go well. And it turns out the guy is parked right next to me. Of all people in the Walmart that could have been parked around me, the man who just tried to punk me is parked right next to me. I stood there at my car and just watched him the entire time. I was letting him know, you're not going to do that to me. You're not going to, you know, give a little motion like you're ready to go, and then I'm just going to get in my car and go. So I stand there and watch this dude, put groceries in his car the entire time. And I know that's petty. I know that's really dumb, but that's who I am. I'm petty like that sometimes. And we eventually just kind of stare at each other again for like another 30, 35 seconds or so. And he finally gets in his car and he's driving off. And as he's backing out, all he does is he just presses his finger against the window and flips me off again. And I'm just standing there. I mean, what can I do? I'm not going to chase down the car. One, because I can't run fast. Two, no, that's just bad. But it was, I mean, it was like in a movie scene where if something like that happens, if there's an incident like that, there's going to be a fight or something. So it was a really, I've never had an old person try to step up like that, try to do that to me. And once again, I give props to the older lady. She could have just let this happen, but she kind of stepped in and kept me from making a really bad mistake. Because even though he kind of initiated everything, there is no way that me getting into a fight with this guy would have gone well for me. No way possible. I'd have been fired. I would have been asked not to come back to Walmart. I would have had to go through classes of why you have to respect your elders. I'm not sure if that's a thing, but I'm sure knowing my luck, I'd have to do something like that. I'd be on like probation. So major thanks to her for doing that. It could have ended poorly. So that's my old man trying to fight me incident. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little shorter than everything else, but it was kind of just like a quick 1, 2, 3 deal. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope none of you try to fight an old person because it just doesn't go well. You never win. No one wins in that situation. So thank you guys for tuning in to every video. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys are having an absolutely great day, and I hope you'll stick around for the next video.